And so we talked about cannabinoids, right? So we didn't even talk about flavonoids, stilbenes, methyl esters, lignin amides, like stuff like reversitol and the stuff from tannins from that were supposed to cure cancer, be
right. Drink a glass of wine every day.
The stuff what Dr. Oz keeps pitching with raspberry ketones or whatever it is. There's some evidence there, but they really can't put together studies that say this reduces breast cancer, but it's individual to individual, really. And what cannabis we want to be is like a lifestyle. We want you to put different types of cannabinoids in as you feel fit, like you would get vitamins, phytocannabinoids from ingestion. And so just keep on mixing them together and never let your body become accustomed to one particular thing. Well, THC, if you like to become accustomed to it, then that's fine. But these cannabinoids or flavonoids or different substances, they should just be as a bouquet. And the one CBD, if you put it in your system, it's not going to work after a while. You're just hammering it in there, and your system is just going to ignore this overpopulation.
Right, exactly.
Of one compound.
That's part of the way our molecular signaling networks are set up. Is if there's too much signaling going down, then your body says, "Oh, we need to turn that volume down. We need to pull some of those receptors. You must not need them because
you get so much.
You've got so much." And there's been some interesting casual studies and some formal research that has shown that if you need to break your tolerance with cannabis, just go to something that is a different cultivar, slightly different chemical profile, and regardless of the THC and CBD, those other compounds. And the buzz right now is all about terpenes, but just like we were saying that people are going to go from CBD to CBG and THCV, the same thing's going to, I feel like, end up happening with these chemical classes, that people are going from cannabinoids and now they're all about terpenes, and they're moving towards flavonoids now, and then they're going to keep rediscovering what we've already discovered about plants broadly, that these chemical classes are in all sorts of plants, and they're very interesting.
So from an extraction sense, the extraction is going away from all these complexities. So it was fun to have the terpene moment where everybody was like, it's not just about shatter. Now I have these liquidy products. But now they're trying to make them lighter and lighter in color.
I've noticed
and that's going to be stripping out all the stuff that touches your tongue that makes it ignite is the same stuff that you can strip away that looks like a color. And so what are our products? Our products in coloration are like beers, more or less.
That's a good...
Come from hops. Cannabis and hops are pretty close. So if you look at your beers, you have red, orange, yellow, and then the porter is dark, right? But we like those red, orange, and yellow colors, and you may not be able to see through them, but I could show you, we could bring out some samples because we're at our facility.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And the light going through them is different. And so working with Dr. Harrington out of Ohio, he nebulized this concept of spectral fingerprinting.
Gotcha. Okay.
Really simple, and the plate reader, he just shines the UV light through, how you used to analyze DNA. You see you go through the spectrum, and then it absorbs and lets pass through proteins, carbohydrates, all that. So these substances should absorb or let light pass through. And so you should get a fingerprint. So you should immediately know, does this product have wax or interfering molecules in it that will interfere with my experience and bioavailability? And so maybe we can make a light that we can shine through and some sort of way to record. They have some of these devices merged with science, and of course in science you have all these devices. And then the conversion to cannabis is, can I put my brand on this and sell it to people in cannabis as a novel concept? But they all exist in science. Just
that's been the racket in cannabis testing. All these technologies that are being presented,
and then you just call it proprietary. I don't have any proprietary stuff. I have chemistry and my experience. And we have, like, Coca-Cola was not going to tell you the exact sequence, but they're going to protect that flavor and that taste and everything. So maybe that's the concept. This texture and this taste and everything. We want to protect, like ketchup. Like Heinz wants to protect the bottle and the look. And they don't want anybody interfering with that. It's like, make as much ketchup as you want.
But ours is our own ketchup.
But it's not a ketchup's not proprietary or anything, right?
Yeah.
So when they say a proprietary blend of solvent, you're like, what are you talking about?
Right. Yeah.
It's like 25, 50, 25. That's our proprietary blend. It's a secret. So it's quite funny, but spectral fingerprinting. Could we do a device, you put the product, you shine a light through it, it tells you, even like broadcast to your phone app.
Yeah.
Is this product worth $60? Is this product worth $20? Is this product worth $5? And that's all I ask from this community.
Yeah.
Produce any products you want. Just make sure they're appropriately priced for the value that whoever's buying them is getting. So there's going to be a bunch of $1 to $5 products on our market.
Yeah.
But there's going to be elegant places for nice cakes and pastries and
exactly.
And
the whole spectrum is going to be there. Yeah, and that sort of technology, that's really interesting. That's a really cool, quick, qualitative measurement. Basically, just looking. You don't have to get super quantitative about any of the stuff.
Can you in front of the on the oven? There's like 4 bottles right up front, like lava cake, GMO, and everything.
Cool.
I'll show you what I'm talking about, a little bit about light. So when we do our process, how we quantify or qualitate things in science, you pass light through them, you put them on gels, you separate them, you run them through GC columns and heat them up, you bend them around magnetic things. So, we started looking at the light that's coming through our products, and nobody else could show us. You could have live resin, you could have a distillate jar. They could look and appear, depending upon their heat, as our products. But you shine the light through our products, and they have a unique spectrum that comes out because they're effectively pure.
Yeah.
And they don't absorb. They don't have one of these particles that absorb that.
That's a good way to explain that. Yeah.
And so we're going to try to hitch onto that and try to, with all of our products, show how optically pure they are, and then get into the game of, well, CO2 or rosin or some of these other things. They still have wax.
Well, and that would certainly be interesting if in the future at dispensaries or wherever folks end up buying extracts in different states, but if there were a tool like that, in the same way that for flour, folks are looking at through magnifiers and smelling and everything, that with extracts they have some mounted light or something and can compare these spectra, and then even some getting around to kind of what you're sort of pointing toward is a new kind of qualitative standard that you could actually come up with some ranking or a spectrum of qualities that those
so
lights
imagine
could reveal.
No lab's going to do that for me,
right?
Because there no company who can't meet that quality is going to say labs should do this test, or we should have this test mandated so that we know. Because it's not. So that's not a common theme. That's only a theme to us because we have that higher ability to reach that second tier. So another thing is they have handheld. You put your nugget in, you get the USB reader. It tells you, and those things, they're not accurate. They give you the same result every time. So whatever thing we do, it really has to be spot on and reliable, and then that really puts the customer's trust in whatever it is. So eventually, we want to make sure that everybody can come with the product table, but there's got to be some metric, some qualitative measure of how well you've separated the resin from this extraction, and how well you've carried it down the line, and how bioavailable it is.